Doug MPA back with another video. So guys, on my channel, I tell you young guys, when you get out of college and get your first office job, go to work, stay in your cubicle, eat your lunch in your cubicle, go home. Just do your job, go home. Because in the modern workplace, having anything but a professional relationship with a woman is too much, especially after the whole M2 thing back in the mid 2010s. Guys, you can't take the risk, man. You can't do it. Do your job, go home. No lunches with women, no happy hours, none of that. And I'll go so far as to say, supervisors, don't mentor young women. Have the women do it. But you can't risk your career putting yourself in a position for false accusations to be put against you. Well, I found this article where another academic is saying men and women can and should be friends in the workplace. So we're going to see what this Erica Jackson has to say about this. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let's see what this PhD has to say. The first paragraph, she talks about when Harry met Sally and calls Harry a bad person because he says that men and women can't be friends because men always want to sleep with women. So we're going to skip past that. I think that's true. We skip past that, and then she calls academia a male-dominated field, and it's not, because 50% of college professors in the United States are men and 49% are women, so it's not male-dominated anymore. It's 50-50. And then she calls people calling each other work husbands and work wives cringy. We're going to get to the good part. It says, even before the M2 movement addressed the ever-present issue of harassment, the question of whether male and female friendships could truly be platonic persisted. Can men and women be essentially adults who value each other without throwing the complications of other messy stuff into it? Who throws messy stuff into it most of the time, men or women in the workplace? I would say women. Okay? Men will go into a place and adapt to the workplace culture. Women want to go into a place, particularly a male-dominated place, and expect the culture to adapt to them, and therein lies the problem. That's why women. I've done articles, I've reviewed articles on my channel before about how women do a lot of extra work in the workplace that doesn't go on your performance evaluation, including emotional support of other coworkers and diversity, equity, and inclusion activities. No one asked for that. Women bring that type of stuff to the culture of a workplace that doesn't contribute to the profit of the organization. Anyway, it says, William Dirkowitz's critical position in the New York Times that no non-sexual male-female relationships are an impossibility. Both politics and pop culture, according to Dirkowitz, reinforce the argument that men and women still live in separate spheres despite the feminist goals of equal rights across all facets of society. Yet platonic male-female friendships that benefit both individuals are prevalent in reality and popular culture. Then she talks about Mad Men and talks about Parks Recreation. Following into Newsweek and Washington Post and other publications suggested that the very existence of women in the modern workplace presented too much of a liability for men, and that is true in 2023, guys. If women must be included, men should follow the Mike Pence rule by avoiding all interactions that place them alone with a woman who is not their spouse. When Fox News senior analyst Brett Hume tweeted Mike Pence's policy of avoiding being alone with women other than his wife, who is looking better every day, he was largely ridiculed by journalists from the left-leaning publications. Still, a New York Times poll found that men and women across America were wary of one-on-one interactions that did not involve respective partners. This line of reasoning presents a troublesome conclusion. If men and women cannot be friends within the context of the workplace, women will systematically be denied a seat at the table. And whose fault is that? I've done other videos on my channel. They're just saying, guys, take the risk. Reach across the aisle when you have the most consequences to suffer. Guys, don't do it. There are more women in positions of leadership now more than ever. Let women mentor women. And the thing about it is remember, I've done another story on my channel where 50% of women say that they would rather work for a male boss than a female boss. Okay? And I'm just going to say it. Women really can't stand each other. They really can't. So they want there to be more women in leadership, but they want them to be over men. Okay? And they want the men supervisors to mentor women and take the risk of getting. No, guys, we have wisened up. Women created the situation. They're going to have to lie in it. And I don't like anything about Mike Pence except for the Mike Pence rule. It's one of the best things. It's one of the only. I'm glad he said it. Guys, think about yourselves first. Think about your career first. Okay? Feminism means you don't. Women have told men for 50 years, women don't owe you our women don't owe men our time. Women don't owe men our bodies. Women don't owe men anything. Yeah, well, men don't owe you anything either, ladies. It's 2023. You're gonna have to figure it out all by yourself. Equality. I'm so tired of articles like this. Women who created this environment telling men to reach across the aisle and just take the risk anyway. We're not having it. But put what you think about this in the comment section, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.